Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm starting a channel for Rust building and creating bases. So today I'm going to start with a simple, what I would say to be like a 5x5 server or a vanilla server with a 10-man group. So basically the general ideal of it is it's got four outer towers here, here, and here. You got stuff going between them, and then you're going to have a 5x5 or a 5x6 in the middle. So let's go ahead and get started on that. So here's like the little area that'll be in between the two towers here. And now we're creating, this will be the other tower over here. So here's like the very middle part of one of the few towers, or one of the four that'll be here. Just continue building the other one here. Got that there. That there we go. And then we're just gonna continue copying each of these. Alright, and then these little square parts you want to place triangles. So you can click and drag with the foundations and it'll auto place them, so that's nice. So we're going to start oppositing them. So every place you place a triangle, we're going to place a square after that, and every time we place a square, we're going to place a triangle after that. And that's going to go throughout the most of the build to create the symmetric look that we're kind of going for with this base design. Yeah, just saying fortify. Link in the description. I'll be a form to the Reddit page. It's a great thing for designing your building your bases. So this is the thing that I'm using. So now we're just finishing the outer layer of the walls, or at least the a quarter of the part. Let's finish these up. So already we can see, just to get to the middle of these, that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 C4 right there, just to get to the middle of these cones. That's a lot of C4, or it's a moderate amount of C4. So boom, there we go. And we're going to place these triangles there so that it'll make it so you have to use 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. No. Yeah, I was right. 14. That's 14 C4 there. That's a lot of C4 just to get to that core. I mean, it costs less just to get to the middle of here. Yeah. Jeez, I forgot it was that much. Alright, so now, from here, we're going to do another 2x4 going out from each of these. And then we're going to finish these off with the triangles over here to start the other two spheres that we're going to start building. I just have to warn you that this is such a big build that you're probably going to want to have guards posted nearby if it's a high pop server, because it'll be a lengthy build unless you have multiple guys working on the build at the same time, which is always nice. I'm pretty sure I did that right. Yep. Alright, and then we got to do these circles in here, circles in here. And then we're going to do the opposite thing over here again, where we switch off from triangles to squares to triangles. Alright, start to finish these up. Let's place this here. kind of missed it a little bit there. Alright, and let's go to this. Stay as a triangle. And this kind of prevents the, usually people like to build with regular, just square bases and rectangle bases, but the problem about that is that it really doesn't provide as much protection as these bases with a triangle use, because if you have, let's just say you have this right here going, and then you have this here going, I mean, that's a lot more C4 you gotta place. See, you just 1, 2, 3, that's 3 compared to 2. That's a lot more C4. That's 40 compared to 6. That's whether or not you're getting into your base or not. So I tend to like to use the triangles, or at least warp it up to wrap up everything, make it look nice. All right, sweet. Now we're done with the first layer. Let's go ahead and add in this. Let's go for this different look. I never really tried this, so add just some extra protection. And then what you can do now is, since I'm pretty sure this is equivalent to each other, yes, you can now fill the rest of these in with this square, or yeah, we're going to fill in the rest of these, okay? And then, now that you have this done, I'm going to start walling all these off. And basically just imagine all these would be walled off. Now your entrances would be on the four middle pathways between your circular towers, because you don't want the entrance to be inside the tower, because then the raiders can take over your tower. So here we go. We're going to have this, this, and this. It's just going to be to show you an example more so of what you may be wanting to go for. Now, depending on how much loot you have and whether it's a vanilla server or a 5-time server, 10-time server, so on and so forth, you may want to have a smaller inside base. See, as in here, you just have a 1 block wide square going throughout the base, and this would be your middle loot room in here, right? Or if you have if you're on a vanilla server, you may just want to have actually, no. You'd want to just go with this. And if you have a bigger loot room, you can just fill in these and make this entire square in here your loot room. So let's just calculate how much C4 that's. 2 C4, 4 C4, 6 C4, 8 C4, 10 C4, 12 C4, 14 C4, 16 C4, 18 C4, 20 C4, 22 C4 just to get to the main core. And that's if they know exactly where they're going. And they could hit these too. That's even more C4. That's why I just figured this base would be like freaking unstoppable. And you could decide which door you want it. You could make it the right door or the left door, and that's not even interpreting the trick doors. So this base would be freaking awesome. I want to continue to build up though. So usually on maven-based designs, I usually keep the loot at least on the 4th floor, if possible, to prevent from people just boosting up if it's a 2-man raid squad. Because now ladders aren't placeable anymore for like a long time on blocked areas. So also cupboard ranges. They now made it so that cupboards cannot be placed in each other's ranges. So what you're going to do to prevent that is you're going to stick it in every odd triangle. Here, let's turn on this. You can see what the cupboard's range is, and that's pretty nice. So we're going to stick it in here, stick it in there. Oh, nice. Okay, there you go. Well, maybe I'll actually stick it in the back one. Let me try the back one. Make sure it just doesn't go in the other ranges of the other cupboards. And the thing about these circular things is they have to keep guessing until they figure out which one's the cupboard stored in. Alright, let's try that again. And there is an exact spot in the very middle in which you can place your cupboard. Now, it's not letting me place it for some reason. I'm not sure why. Let me try removing these and pushing them back just a little bit so they're still in the triangle. So what you want to do is you kind of want to have them in the very, very back, or at least farthest away from the wall. And so there's a little spot in the middle. Oh, that kind of get rid of the spot. Rip. Well, that's a problem. Well, it's just on specific servers that you can't have them on. So, yeah, and some like you would just have to keep moving them out. Yeah, I think you may have to move them out to these spots here. So we're gonna move them out to the outer core spots. I don't even think Rust Fortify. I doubt Fortify even lets you place them in the other cupboard ranges. Yeah, there we go. See, you got a little spot in here for you to place the cupboard. Boom. So now, if you take over these cupboards, you're only going to be able to build in just in a little bit. So that's why I just find this base impenetrable. Now, since this is such a big build, I'm going to let you guys figure out where you want to have all your stuff. I'm going to tell you some ideas maybe you can have for this. So eventually, this is going to be up. That's 2 floors, 3 floors. 3 floors. So you're going to have it up 4 floors, which I would have the shooting thing at, because you're going to have the big tower in the middle. And what I would do is I would have a floor coming out, right, like this. And then on every other odd, I don't know, 2 floors or so, you could have a floor frame. Stick a hatch in there. So if anybody tries to get under here, if someone tried to hide under here, you just pop that down. You can shoot straight at these guys down here. So that's a little base idea for you got there. Trick doors, they're always nice. Might people waste some more C4. Like I said, I would only place my loot on the 3rd or 4th floor at least 4th floor if possible. Building tips, you may want to actually try to place windows inside your base, or at least make the first floor. So the first layer in which someone uses C4, people usually boost up there. So someone will stand here, they'll boost up here. You may want to have the floor in which it is such a height, or the base foundation at such a height that they can't boost up. Or the first layer, don't even place a floor there. Don't even place a floor here. Because if they use rockets and they blow up all 4 of these walls in the middle core right here, then they won't be able to boost up. But that would just be on the first layer. The rest of them you want to have floors, of course, so they can't be like right here and your loot's right above the floor and you just boost up. So have them in here, but I'm just saying. For the inside details, I'm going to show you guys just a little example of what I did. Alright, so that's a 6x6 on the inside. Boom, there we go. Alright, so let's just go ahead and decide that nope, you're not putting anything valuable on the first 3 floors. So we're going to build up all 3 floors. So this is all going to be walled in with a couple doors here and there, right? So we're going to start placing these floors. And of course you're going to have pillars in here. So, and you may have this as a tip, just saying, you may want to have the first 2 floors empty, right? So these 2 first floors, and you're going to have a floor here. And the only way to get up, I've seen this in a couple of raid videos or just stuff where people just haven't been able to raid stuff. They would have the cupboard like right in the middle. It would be in 4 of these, so they'd have to waste. So there's a chance you could only waste 2 C4 in the cupboard, or you could have to end up wasting freaking 8 C4 just to find the cupboard, right? And that won't even be the main. Actually, no, that will be the main cupboard. So, I mean, it just depends whether or not you think this would be a good idea. But the first 2 floors are going to be empty, so it's impossible for you to boost up. And to get up here, you have to build like a wooden staircase or something just to get up. That would be the only way you'd be able to get up. You destroy the straw or the twig thing. Also, another idea. you can make this a little catwalk. So there's floors, not a catwalk, a courtyard. So you can have floors up in here. And if you guys have auto turrets, destroy this or destroy this, and have a little door and place auto turrets here. So if anyone gets in here and they're like, oh dang, I'm free, I'll just place some bags down somewhere since I got to that cupboard, they're getting destroyed by the auto turret. Like, it just depends how big you want your loot room to be or how many floors. Also, with the catwalk idea, you can decide to wall in all of these. So all of these are going to be walled in, right? Boom, boom, there you go. And you're going to have it 3 floors tall. And the floors in which, alright, so the only way, alright, so this is all going to be honeycomb down here. So no one's even going to think of trying to get to your cupboard. Because of just how many walls you're going to have in here. Right? I don't know why that deleted the cupboard. Let me replace that. There we go. Alright, so it's going to be one of those 4 things. And then you may want to have it on the 3rd floor, a jump. So you have to place a straw every time you want to get up there. Right? And if they like throw the C4 and they miss the jump, they're going to take a butt ton of damage, or at least 10 health, depending on whether the server has the vanilla settings for that or not. So just some ideas. So here we go back to this again. And let's just say we went with the door design, right? Just saying now, do not have any stairs anywhere in your base until you're above your loot room. Like if you have a watchtower, then you can have stairs up there so it's a quick access to get up there. But if you have any way to get in your base, have ladder hatches. These things are freaking amazing. They really don't cost that much to make. They're just great, and they prevent people from using stairs to get up. They have to make it so you have to boost someone up, and that's a man you lost. So if it's an online raid and there's only, like, I don't know, 10 guys show up and you have to boost 9 times, what, that's only 1 guy left. You can take that 1 guy easy, and then they can't keep getting up because their buddies are down there. So, yeah. So here's just the base design for that. If you want to mess with that some more, I can, or leave it in the comments below whether or not you want to show me more in depth of this base. I'll make a part 2 for it. So, yeah, here's pretty much the whole video. Thanks, guys. Remember to like, subscribe, and I'll see you around.